want to take a look at our forecast. We're in the middle of some roller coaster temperatures for the week. Today, much warmer. Tonight, though, temperatures on their way back down. Chief Meteorologist Dennis Brown in the Weather Center now. And down is in going to the 20s again.
20s, 30s for a few spots really early in the morning. So we're going to have to bundle up even late tonight if we're going to be out and about. So let's talk about what's happening with our forecast right now with the live look over the capital city. And we're seeing plenty of sunshine out there. That's great news, right? But yeah, not too bad of a feeling outside either. Check out the current temperature at Columbia Metro at 59 degrees. But also check out that wind, mainly from the west at 15 miles an hour. And I want to show you some of these winds. These are sustained winds coming from the west and northwest, around 21 miles an hour in St. Matthews, 17 miles an hour in Columbia, about 12 miles an hour in Camden. And with these winds here, we've got a few problems. We have a late wind advisory that is in effect for much of the viewing area until 4 o'clock in the morning, where some of the knots, especially around some water there, could go up to about 25, 30 knots or so. So keep that in mind. Late wind advisory for most of the viewing area until 4 o'clock in the morning. As for the temperatures, we're in the 50s right now. We saw some lower 60s a little bit earlier, and over the course of the night under mostly clear skies, the numbers will continue to fall. So we're expecting numbers how about into the upper 30s for several of us, even some middle 30s by 11 o'clock. Then early in the morning, we're likely going to see the temperatures dropping to around the upper 20s, even a few lower 30s out the door. If the winds drop off just before 7 a.m., we could definitely see a few more 20s out there. But overall, mostly clear for this evening. Plenty of the stars tonight, and temperatures by 9 o'clock tonight around 39 degrees. Now we are tracking more ups and downs with our temperatures. Your first alert 7-day forecast all coming up.
It is Election Day in Alabama, and several in the nation are watching that hotly contested Senate race. Will voters side with Republican Roy Moore or Democrat Doug Jones? Video today captured the Republican candidate hopping a ride to the polls. Roy Moore and his wife Kayla rode horses to cast their ballots just north of Birmingham. Moore is facing various allegations of sexual misconduct, but denies all of them. Doug Jones also cast his vote for himself just outside Birmingham. The race for Jeff Sessions' former Senate seat is close, and the outcome will have implications on the balance of power in Washington. Natasha Chen reports.
The candidates, Democrat Doug Jones.
This is an important time in Alabama's history.
And Republican Roy Moore.
This is a very important race for our country, for our state, and for the future.
Have both cast their ballots Tuesday in Alabama's special election, which could dramatically reshape Washington. Now the candidates must wait to see who Alabama voters elect to fill the seat that opened when President Trump called on Senator Jeff Sessions to become his attorney general. Moore, a former judge, is a controversial figure who has faced decades-old allegations of sexual assault, allegations Moore has repeatedly denied.
If you don't believe in my character, don't vote for me.
And calls from other Senate Republicans to drop out of the race.
I've made my position perfectly clear. Let me say it again. I had hoped that Judge Moore would resign, in other words, withdraw from the race.
To think you can elect Roy Moore without getting the baggage of Roy Moore is pretty naive. I wished he would have stepped aside.
But as polls indicate the contest could be close, President Trump has thrown his weight behind Roy Moore.
Get out and vote for Roy Moore.
And President Obama has also recorded a robocall saying, quote, "This one's serious. You can't sit it out," and urging Alabamans to vote today. In Montgomery, Alabama, Natasha Chen.
And be sure you've downloaded the WIS News app. We'll send you those election results as soon as they come in.
Breaking news is first at 5. Police just involved in a chase that ended in a crash.
At least 3 cars were hit in that, all happening at North Main and Sunset Drive in Columbia.
Our Sam Blywise just arrived on the scene within the last 30 minutes. Sam, I know you've been working to gather details. What can you tell us so far?
Yeah, Judy Dondi, really working to understand what led up to this crash here you see behind me. This was a stolen vehicle that began that entire pursuit. First of all, I want to show you this foot chase, this video that a viewer had sent us. This is a foot chase between, of course, RCSD as well as CPD was here on the scene after this car had crashed. This foot chase ended just a short while ago, and again, now this car is sitting here kind of at its final resting place. But that was not the entire incident. What we do know is that Columbia Police Police had initiated a traffic stop on Faro Road after they spotted this stolen vehicle. It looks like an older model Tahoe. Then we know that the suspects took off, did not stop for police. Then they traveled through North Main and Sunset, where they hit 2 vehicles there before finally traveling here to Clement Road, where River Drive turns into Clement Road. We're actually up almost to Duke Boulevard, I believe, here, right near a church, and that is where that foot chase took place. Now, again, there is still a presence here. We do know that RCSD has blocked off and Columbia Police have blocked off certain streets here, so we're trying to get a sense of what all is still blocked at this point. We'll certainly keep you posted on that. What we do know is that there is still a third suspect at large, according to Lieutenant Curtis Wilson with the Richland County Sheriff's Department. We're going to get more of that information for you, and we'll bring you an update coming up here soon. For now, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Sam Blywise on assignment tonight. Sam, keep us posted on any new information that you learned. Also, any new information as we get it, you will get it as well by going to the WIS News app. The blast of cold air on its way to the Midlands, bringing a frigid night and a cold Wednesday. Chief Meteorologist Demenis Brown tracking just how cold it's going to get.
Yeah, we're talking 20s and 30s early in the morning, so it's going to be one of those nights we'll have to bundle up out there. Let's take a look at what's happening outside, though. This is a live look over the State House, and let me show you what's happening. We have the camera kind of moving around from time to time while we have some breezy winds out there, checking out the conditions. About the numbers at 51 degrees, we have a west wind at 16 miles an hour, and you'll see some of those winds right now sustained at 16 at Columbia Metro, 17 in Newberry, 15 in Orangeburg, and these winds will stay with us through most of the evening and part of the nighttime hours too. We do have a lake wind advisory in effect for most of the viewing area until 4 o'clock in the morning. That means it's going to be a bit choppy on the waters if you have to be on any area lakes, so just keep that in mind. Otherwise, you'll see some more temperatures here over the next few hours. Around 11 o'clock, we'll see most of our temperatures in the 30s. Then early in the morning, getting ready for another day of work and school, the numbers will continue to fall. We're calling for temperatures in the upper 20s and lower 30s out the door, so we're going to need an extra layer. You might need that layer even through the afternoon. But for the first day of Hanukkah, we have temperatures and conditions like this, mostly clear skies. Numbers will continue to fall into the 40s out there. And again, it's going to be a bit breezy at times, so just keep that in mind. Now, we are tracking more ups and downs with our temperatures. Your first alert 7-day forecast all coming up.
Yesterday, we told you SCE&G had offered up the VC Summer nuclear site to Santee Cooper. Now we're hearing that Santee Cooper may not want to take on that responsibility. The company says a few things prevent them from accepting that proposal. Some of those include the financial and logistical risks involved in preserving the abandoned nuclear site, as well as the lack of time to fully evaluate the value of the equipment and cost of preservation. Also, officials say the questionable authority of SCANA to abandon the project. Santee Cooper officials are willing, they say, to further discuss the concerns about the proposal with SCE&G officials.
A big deadline coming up this Friday for the Affordable Care Act. If you are reviewing your options, help is available. We will be answering your questions all week. We have Shelley Kwenga here from the Palmetto Project. You've been answering some great questions tonight. Another question has come in asking if someone does not like their employer's health insurance plan that's available, can they sign up in the marketplace?
They absolutely can, but they may not be able to get tax credits to make it affordable. So you need to go to your HR office and ask them 2 questions. Has our coverage been deemed affordable, and does it offer all 10 minimum essential health benefits? If it is a credible plan and if it has been deemed affordable, then you're not eligible for tax credits. But it still may be cheaper for you, so it's definitely worth looking at.
Also, Christy was on my Facebook page. She asked another great question. She says, if I get a new job in the new year that has good health insurance, do I have to stay on the ACA plan throughout that year, or can I drop it and make that transition?
In fact, you're required to drop the ACA plan if your employer is offering coverage that meets those 2 criteria we just talked about. Right. Then you must drop it, and you can't have both at the same time either.
People also, of course, want to know how much it costs. What is the price range? People were asking, they heard us talk last night about a 0 premium plan offered by Blue Cross Blue Shield, and a lot of people are asking, is that legit?
It really is. So I helped a woman who's 54 years old. Her income is $20,000 a year. She has no chronic health conditions. She chose a plan that is $0 premium, and she still has affordable copays to go to the doctor, and all of her preventive care is free. so she can still get her mammogram, get her physical, get her annual blood work done, but she's not paying anything every month.
All right, Shelley's going to be with us here throughout the evening. We still have time to answer more questions on WYS News at 7. Go to my Facebook page and the WYS Facebook page to post your questions right now.